right, good morning, YouTube. I'm assuming that my mobile hotspot is working right now and that everything is working fine. I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm actually using an old phone to live stream right now. That way, connected to the mobile hotspot so that I can have my regular cell phone available to me for phone calls. I can receive texts on my regular phone while I'm live streaming on my phone. However, I cannot receive phone calls. So if I have an emergency, like my wife's calling me, or work's calling me, or Severin's calling me, they can't get through. It'll probably go directly to voicemail, as if my phone were off or whatever, you know. So I want to keep my phone available to me, which is part of the reason why I was setting up all this stuff in the first place to use my laptop, but it would be an inconvenience still to set my laptop up just for a 20-minute, 15-minute drive stream in the vehicle. Now, because I like talking while I'm driving, right? So you're using full screen mode? Yeah, I'm using full screen mode, okay? Cool. I'm not sure why it's... Pull over real quick here. Take a look at the settings. Using full screen mode, the home, back, and recents buttons are to minimize distractions and prevent you from leaving the app accidentally. However, you're holding the phone. Button will also be located next to the charging port when your phone is rotated. Okay, cool. Thank you. Close that. Okay, next. Okay. Cool. So, of course, always testing and figuring things out, right? And what's nice about this also, using my old phone, if you will, as my method to, let's see here, to drive stream. I'm also able to look at this. However, the video quality doesn't seem as good, and it is an older phone. And again, testing things out, maybe I'm backlit a little bit more than normal. So let's try this. If we rotate it out this way, maybe it'll be a little bit better just by virtue of the lighting. And the lighting will get better again once we get the sun on this way. That could also be just by virtue of, wow, I am really washed out, huh? Odd. Maybe it'll get much better here in a second. If I were to do this, put that here like that. Too much sun, right? This older phone doesn't seem to be able to handle that very well. But as always, trying new things, trying different things. I gotta turn this heat seater off because it's too hot in my bum. To go from there. Good morning, Joe. Long time no see. Gonna get over to Chris Hope's stream. Jason, come over to Johnny's in a bit. Well, I am driving right now, and I'm going to work. And I've got some indoor skydiving instruction to perform starting at 09, so I will not be able to get on Johnny's or Chris's, unfortunately. But I'll catch up with it another time. This happens to be, in fact, I haven't been on anybody's live stream in a while. I picked up a new hobby, which has consumed me, as funny as it sounds, right? But I started playing Fortnite, bro. My brother, my son, my nephew, my niece, my brother's kids, they all got me into playing Fortnite with them over the holiday. And so, as a result of that, I'm like hooked. I am totally into this, playing this game. I really enjoy it. Part of it is because I get a chance to hang out with my family, you know, which is great, and which I really enjoy and appreciate. Because I think my brother and I mean, it's not like we don't not like each other. I mean, we like each other basically, right? But point is, we only talk when we need something. Now we talk a lot more, and it's just to play. You know, I feel like a kid again, which is cool. 100% cool with me. So I'm trying to figure out how to get into this live stream on my phone so that I can at least read the chat while I'm moving out, you know. So, Vlogging Bird Style, thank you for joining and hanging out with me this morning. Very much appreciated. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Catch you another time, man. But yeah, so what's the plan for today? I'm going to work. I'm going to coach some dudes on indoor skydiving to refine their skills. And then once I'm done with that, or maybe if I get a chance to, I'll fly my drone before they arrive at iFly, so I can fly my drone, and then I'll go home and fly my drone some more, most likely. So of course, 100% to be determined, right? The other part of the live stream are lessons in everything. Yeah, for sure. It's all about how you perceive, yeah. I mean, playing Fortnite, how can there be lessons in Fortnite, for example? Well, I was playing the game last night with my family, my brother and his children, his son and his daughter, and we're playing, and my niece said, "Oh, not fair," when something, I guess, somebody got an elimination in the game kind of thing, because she wanted to get the elimination also. She wanted to get, she wanted to shoot it at other players also. And in that particular game, I actually had 0 eliminations, but I was kind of just getting weapons and providing assists and shooting, but I didn't get the actual elimination like my nephew. He's really good. I think he had 11 eliminations in that particular game. Right? But at the end, it's like everybody in the game, the 4 of us playing at the same time, we're a team, right? And while, Isaac, for example, he's the heavy hitter. He'll get in there and he's really good at moving and shooting, and so is Ted. They're the guys that, so to speak, we want them shooting at the dudes. Versus me, I get killed every time I rush, right? So it's like, maybe it's better off that I hang back a little bit, call the shots, mind the map, mind the, the storm, looking at the big picture of what's going on as opposed to being focused on shooting directly at the opponent right then and there. And apologies for the quality of the video. I'm getting washed out by the sun right now. Older phone, like I said, trying something new. Maybe once this phone dies, or once I get the upgrade, instead of turning it in, I'll or I could probably use my son's old iPhone, which might have a better video connection versus this old Samsung that I've got. I mean, it's good if the sun is not directly on me, I think. But with the constantly changing sun as a result of me moving out, it's different. But yeah, lessons in everything. So the lesson is, while you may not get the full elimination, being part of a winning team, being part of a team, and playing a part is what it's all about. And that's a huge thing in Fortnite if one doesn't realize it, as opposed to just getting in there and killing stuff, right? One of my other viewers, if you're on Cool Cat, right? He plays PUBG, and he says they're a really good team. He doesn't get a lot of eliminations either, and it's about leadership. And I thought to myself, all right, cool, whatever. I didn't quite blow it off, but I thought, it's just a video game. How is there leadership in that? Lesson learned. There's a lot of leadership in that, especially, looking back on how we did things in the platoon, right? The platoon's broken up in 16 people, 2 squads of 8 people, and 2 fire teams per squad of 4 people. And that's exactly what we are in Fortnite. We are a fire team. And as the fire team leader, right, the job was not necessarily to be behind the gun and shooting at the target all the time. It's looking at where the ways out are, looking at what's going on big picture wise, and after X number of hours, come Lena Javier, good morning. Thanks for joining me today. Trying something a little bit different with my DriveStream. Apologies for the quality of the video. But yeah, just talking a little bit about how there can be lessons in everything that we do. As you know, as mind-numbing of a game as Fortnite, for example, this video game is, you know, there's a huge lesson to be learned in it. You know, for one, patience as well, because you know, sometimes you win, and sometimes you're the first person to leave the game, which is a win also, right? Being the first at something. So it's like the patience, and even though you get smoked so fast in the game, it's like, hey, learn to have patience. It's just a game, right? I guess with the exception of those people that are, I think they call them sweats. I'm learning the gamer lingo. Another lesson learned, right? The gamer lingo. You know, these sweats, people that, I guess they get all sweaty when they play this game because they're so serious, and whatnot. I'm cooking while listening. You RJ. Okay, thank you so much. What are you cooking this morning, Lena? I've got a nice, beautiful Sunday morning drive-in. The traffic is pretty decent, as in there's one car about maybe, say, maybe 800 feet in front of me, and there's nothing behind me. It's way back there. Maybe a quarter mile behind. 3/4 of a mile behind me. So, for breakfast this morning, I had ham, 1 orange, and a handful of mixed nuts. It might not seem like a lot, but it's just enough just to give me the amount of energy I need to provide some coaching for these for my students this morning. And I'm looking forward to working with these guys. These two individuals are part of a college parachuting team, and they want to get better at both their belly flying skills as well as their back flying skills, and eventually head up skills where they're sit flying. So I'm looking forward to providing them with that high quality training that we are known for at iFly Virginia Beach. And then after that, I plan to fly my drone. But lessons in everything, lessons in literally everything that we do. And it's all about how you look at the situation. It's all about how you interpret it. One can say, oh, this is bull crap, right? And Shen ASMR Toys, good morning and thank you for joining also. Appreciate it greatly. It's pretty cool that you're hanging out with me this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm assuming that it is, what, 9:15 on Monday where you guys are in the Philippines? Where you are, or you're in the Philippines, right? Or Hong Kong. I had forgotten, apologies. Lena, I think are you in Georgia? I can't remember everything now. Maybe it's too early. I haven't had enough coffee, right? Whew. Yep, heading on in. A lot of my other drone flying friends are having a live stream right now as well, but which is cool, you know. Lance Cadet, good morning. Thank you for joining. Just talking a little bit about you know, lessons learned, how we can learn lessons in everything that we do, to include drone flying. You know, it's not just about playing and flying around, but the skill of drone flying, for one, we have to have a lot of patience in getting things set up to fly, right? The skill of actually coordinating, you know, depending on how you fly, either your thumbs or your pinchers, right, in controlling the drone. In fact, I actually connected my controller, the DJI remote controller 2, to the PC yesterday to try and see if I could actually use that in that drone simulator called Liftoff, and it worked. It worked perfectly, actually. And I was flying the DJI FPV in that simulator, which they actually have. How much does it compare to the real world? You know what? As far as I can tell, it was pretty accurate. You know, and you can also change the rates on both the drone and in the game, the simulator. It's not a game, right? It's a training simulator. Man, I am not happy about the quality of the video, how I'm getting washed out right now. But yeah, Brad, Alston, River City, Richmond, Virginia. Thank you. Good morning. East Coast feels dusty. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out also. You know what? Now that I've got a whole bunch of you guys on here, we'll just drive down the ocean front a little bit more, I think, yeah? I'll show you I'll show you the oceanfront because I don't have to be to work until, I told those guys to show up at 8:45 this morning. So let's do that. We'll give you guys a tour of the oceanfront. So first thing we'll do is we'll just, why is this all crooked like? All right, there. That's a little bit better, yeah? So I'm using an older cell phone to just see how, okay, let's do this. You know, I'm gonna pull over to the side here so I can mess with this and be a little safer while I move out. So let's see here. I'm gonna pull into my parking lot. Unfortunately, it's not my parking lot, it's the city's parking lot. But, yep. Look at those wings. Those wings look awesome. Kendall Snyder, you can see her work at Kendi Art. In fact, it's right there in the middle. Kendii Art. Maybe it's Kendi Art is the idea. We had somebody come in to paint those, and then they got faded over time, and now they look, she repainted it, and it looks really good. And we're all very happy with the quality of the work that she did. You know, so, all right, there, that's a much better thing. So, you know, all right, so let's see here. But there's that thing that's still in the way a little bit, yeah? Let's move this over slightly so that that's not in the way so much. And that could just be by virtue of positioning of the phone. And I'm using a different mount. Is it crooked to you guys? Still need to come visit you, Jason, at the beach. Richmond, not far away from me. Yeah, no kidding. I was planning to fly my drone over at the University of Richmond last Saturday as well as yesterday. However, the University of Richmond has very strict rules and policy with respect to drone flying that, of course, I respect. So I didn't fly. And my son played rugby the previous weekend. However, we didn't drive up there. I wasn't exactly happy with Maggie's health at the time. Not that it was her fault, but she was not well. So I decided not to put her in the vehicle for a long road trip like that because I didn't think it would be a good idea. But this is right now, we are driving down Pacific Avenue of Virginia Beach, the oceanfront. And I'm not exactly sure how long this strip is, or the oceanfront strip is, but First Street, you know, all the way to the north end, it goes to, you know, I don't even recall off the top of my head, so I'm going to stop talking about stuff that I don't know about. But users, guys, love it. Oh, use guys, yeah, right? Every once in a while, the New Jersey, New York comes out, right? Murphy's Irish Pub is on the left as we press by it, owned by friends of ours. Oh man, that's not cool. Apologies for the bumpy bumps, yo. And the funny thing is, I have a rubber band on this mount so that when it does bump around like that, it wouldn't be so traumatic. All right, let me know if you're ever in Richmond. Might be able to catch up with you. Yeah, no, for sure. Chris Lopez, good morning, and thanks for hanging out as well. Right on. I appreciate you guys just listening in on what I've, you know, my ranting, if you will, right? Particularly in the lessons that we learn on a daily basis. Like this drive streaming that I'm doing right now. You know, the lessons learned here are maybe get a stronger rubber band. In fact, I am using an older cell phone. I have an extra magnetic mount for those MagSafes. What I need to do now is just print up. Oh, you know, I'm gonna make a U-turn to show you King Neptune from that angle, and then we'll just drive down Atlantic Avenue. That way, there used to be this place where I used to buy my business suits at over here called Beecroft and Bull. Very nice suits, very expensive suits. You know, but smart mouth. Oh, that's a new local brewery. But lots of neat little, mom and pop shops here that I like to, support when it makes sense. Unfortunately, I just don't eat out a lot anymore. Part of that is simply because it's so expensive to eat out, ridiculously expensive. Yep, and there goes the mobile hotspot. I wasn't even turning that fast. A lot of nice little, this looks like a very posh area of the ocean front. All these shops here like this. But directly in front on the horizon over there is our King Neptune statue, if you've not seen that before, or if you were not aware of that before. In fact, I did a tutorial video of how to orbit with a drone. I did a tutorial of how to orbit with a drone around King Neptune, and a funny thing was on that particular day, my customer service manager Tyler was with me. He was my visual observer. He was testing out his gimbal that he just bought, like selfie stick gimbal thing, and the winds were so high that day. It was absolutely ridiculous. So it looks like they're doing some type of construction over here. Don't know exactly what they're working on, but yeah, it is expensive, especially everything's overpriced. And then of course the wait staff, there is an expectation like you owe me a 20% tip. Really? You're already making $15 an hour, the sense of entitlement for tipping is, to me, is ridiculous. And I've been a server before, and I'm also in the service industry now too. And while it's nice to receive a tip for sure, there's King Neptune on the horizon. Is it necessary? It's earned, right? It should be earned and not expected. And when I recognize that people expect that they should get a tip, right? It's almost like, yeah, 0 for you because you're acting like an ass, If I'm paying all this money for all this food and I expect to be weighted on appropriately, and I know there's a restaurant out there where they actually treat you like garbage, and yeah, I will never eat at that place because I just don't want to be treated like garbage. I'm too old for this poop. Right? All right, beautiful place, says Shen ASMR Toys. Thank you very much. It is. It's beautiful. Bullet point nut holding today. You know what? It is the Ronin charging unit. So this charging unit, the idea with it is that you put it on there and the jaws close on the unit itself. But I think it's just simply defective. I mean, it opens and closes at will. It's not a brand name. I bought it because I thought it would be pretty good, and I'm not that happy. But it's a wireless charging unit also. So you place your phone there, the jaws close on the phone, and it opens on its own sometimes and closes on its own sometimes. Maybe as a result of power fluctuations between the vehicle, because it's plugged in, and the cord and the phone. But it's not very good to me. So, all right, we're gonna start headed back towards the headed back towards work. Towards words. But I'm gonna show you one more monument real quick. Maybe we'll actually go outside and walk around it, because I do have a quick moment to do so. But gotta run, fellas. Thanks for the Virginia Beach tour. Haven't been there in years. Yes. Oh man, I can't go down this road. I'm gonna back it up then, since there's nobody behind me. Brad, thanks for hanging out, bro. I appreciate you taking a moment out of your day to enjoy my rantings, my rants and raves, right? But lessons learned in everything is the point, right? We can pick up something, and it's all about how you look at it, right? Is it worth our time to analyze, and in an attempt to delve a lesson from that which occurred, that situation, that bad thing, that good thing even, right? Because we talk a lot about when we play that game, and this came from Fortnite. It's like, hey, there's a huge lesson in that game that I had come across. Okay, directly in front of us is the Navy SEAL Monument. No parking. But we'll set up for a quick getaway. I'll walk you around it real quick just to show you a little bit of a walking tour. I've flown the drone here as well. You've seen this in the videos. I wonder why. Oh, the SEAL flag is at half mast. I think it's in the news. We had a bad situation occur. All right, so let's do this. Let's just do a quick walk around. Here's the old ocean front. I should have a good day to try to film this. And then Navy SEAL Monument. You guys have seen me fly this before. Naked Frog Man. It's actually a pretty cool shot. Maybe I'll come back here to fly. So, all right, back to the vehicle. Pretty cool spot we've got here, yeah? You know, so. All right. Time for me to go to work. Whew, it's chilly. 33 degrees this morning. It's not too cold. It's not too bad. All right. Cool indeed. Yes, it was so cold outside. All right, put that back up here. And it's not locking into place for some reason. That's what the rubber band is for. Next tour, law school in your place. Law school? Yeah, I felt it way cold. Yes, sir, indeed. It was pretty darn cold. Appreciate you, Lance, for hanging out and listening. 60 and rainy down here today. Nice. Does that mean you're gonna do some drone simulator flying? I was playing drone. I was playing liftoff yesterday. And excuse me, I wasn't playing. I was training. I was practicing, right? Things we do on rainy days. And you know what? Because I've gotten a little bit shy about flying my freestyle drones, just because I've broken them and I've not repaired them timely enough to fly again. And that's the joke, right? You're gonna spend more time on the bench flying drone freestyle, FPV freestyle, than you will flying. And I thought, yeah, no, I'm gonna fly more. So, unfortunately, I'll just buy another drone, thinking, yeah, I'll fly, I'll fix it. I still have the ability to fix it and fly at the same time while one is getting fixed while I'm ordering parts. And I just haven't. In fact, I just bought a whole kit. Remember that one live stream that I did? So we are driving down Atlantic Avenue now. So Pacific Avenue is more to the west, and Atlantic Avenue is right here on the oceanfront side. On my left is the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a whole bunch of, at the different streets, there's different monuments and memorials and stuff like that. Like the one near us by I-5 Virginia Beach is the Norwegian lady. She has this twin sister, which is in Burke, Norway, I think I forgot the name of the town that statue's at. But yeah, law school. I don't go to law school. The law school here, though, is Regent University. If you really want a tour of that location, I could probably do a driving tour of it, but okay. Or maybe you do the tour of your law school. Yeah? So there's the Hilton Hotel. I don't fly, when I'm flying from the, what do you call it, from the roof of iFly Virginia Beach, I don't go past this because I'll lose the visual line of sight of the drone. So I just don't fly past this. And of course, when you lose visual, and I've had people stand there at Neptune so that I could fly. And even though they've got visual observation capability right then and there at the statue, even though I'm on at the building, the problem with that is the signal, and I've lost signal around that building before, and it's sketchy. You know, I mean, I was high enough also, and even though I was, and part of it is because my maximum altitude is only 250 feet. It's what I was approved. Per the airspace authorization, it's actually a little bit less than that, but in coordination with the UAS coordinator, I'm able to get a little bit more. Sometimes, you know, for a specific time period. Like, hey, I just want to get up to 400 feet today for an hour. And they'll be, all right, cool, do it. Let us know as soon as you're down. Because the FA-18s fly overhead here all the time. They leave the building, or they leave the building. But, all right, here, let's do this. It's, how do I switch back to, let's see. Okay, there it is on that side here. Here we are. We are at 25th Street. Behind me is the new lady, but on my left, catty corner to us now is going to be iFly Virginia Beach there. As it pulls into view now of the camera. So there's the office, that's where I work. Not the corner building, the one next to it with all the red I guess, stuff all over it. Maggie is at home. I left her at home this morning. There's... Oh man, I'm all crooked now. See, the jaws are not closing. I probably just... Well, lesson learned. I need to replace this particular unit because it's just not, it seems to be malfunctioning and not working properly, which I'm not happy about. You know, so... But, yeah. So I'm just gonna hold it and then pull into the garage, and then I'll say adios here in just a moment because I am pulling into work 8:35. Those guys will be here at 8:45, and we'll make it happen. We'll go from there. But lessons learned in everything, right? Like this situation that I've presented with you right now. If I want to do this again with this particular phone, what I need to do is secure the phone better to the mount, have a better mount for it, you know, because it's ridiculous what I've just experienced. And I think this was the first phone that I was using on my first mount, and was not happy with it, which is why I decided to purchase one of those MagSafe phone cases and MagSafe holders. So I'll show you my setup right now and how I have things set up in the truck. Because lessons learned in everything, right? Hopefully you can learn something from the shortfalls that I've experienced this morning, like the phone continuing to fall off the mount, is to simply never use this mount again. It's trash. And I think this is just one of those companies where it's not like they manufacture these, they just basically buy them in bulk, put their logo on it, right? Put their logo on it and call it a day. Lesson to apply in every situation is being calm. Yeah, patience is the key, right? Patience is the key. And it's funny because, you know, this came about from playing Fortnite with my family. You know, I mean, last night I didn't have any eliminations in the game, yet we still won because my brother and his son, they're the heavy hitters on the team that are really good at the game and can get in there and get at it, right? And so yeah, it's pretty cool. The lesson learned there is you don't have to be a heavy hitter. You don't have to have 4 hammers that are just destroying everything. While that might be ideal for, I'm simply not that good at the game. And so my role is to look at the big picture, is what I realized last night. Big picture, keep an eye on the storm map, you know, and where all the enemies are, and directing where fire needs to go, and letting them know, hey, they're there, they've got snipers or whatever, you know, as an idea. So lessons learned in this setup right now. So the way I have things set up here to show you, switch the phone around there. So there's the chat box phone. That's my normal phone, so I can accept phone calls on that. There's this garbage mount by Ronin, and they're not an electronics store. They're like an off-roading store, and they're like, oh yeah, but Bullet Point makes the whole mounting system. That's the arm, and that's this MagSafe holder here, Bullet Point. In fact, if you're interested, I can put a link in the description for these products that can be purchased on Amazon. And if you guys don't mind, I am an Amazon affiliate, so clicking on the purchase links, both on that I post in the description, as well as in my website, jasonlavarius.com, I try to put all the toys that I purchase there and share that with you, because I am a gear guy. You know, I do a lot of testing on stuff and to see what's ideal, what works, and give you my basically, if I'm using it, then it's good, with the exception of this Ronin. I just haven't changed it out yet. I actually have, you know what, I should probably just put this mount. Look at that, see, it just fell again. But I could put this mount on there, which is the magnetic mount, and you know what, it would be secure. In fact, I'm gonna do that now, because I'm irritated by this garbage mount, how much garbage this is. Let's see. Telling you need to go on Sean's channel on Tuesday nights. He's doing a setup where he can go live from his car also. Okay, rock on. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. It's just, a lot of it's just timing, you know, because Tuesday nights I'm busy doing stuff. Evenings are just poor for me at this time. Will it change in the future? Yeah. In fact, who was it? Coast to Coast Drones, Bill Thomas, sent me an email recently to join his, apologies for that, to join his panel as a guest on it. And funny thing is, I did look it up, you know, and Sean Ide's channel, just so I could see, you know, and I'll watch his shows after the fact. But the problem is this, with this particular, so that's a secure mount right there. That's solid. That's not going anywhere. See, I'm moving it right now, and it's on there. You know, but those arms, they're not magnetic like this piece of crap garbage wireless charger, which doesn't even charge at a very good rate, you know. So if I need to charge something, then I'll just show you again the other setup here for charging. I'm using this Anker 100 watt charger, corded all the way to the phone to charge. Yes, there is a magnet on the back of this particular phone here. It's a round circular magnet that was a magnet on that. And I've actually been using that particular mount for a while, for once I switched out, if you will. And what's nice about the magnet mount is I could do this. I got this here, boom, very easily, smooth, you know, change the orientation like that. Versus this mount here, if I were to put this up here, you see how the jaws, it's a clamp, right? I have to actually move the whole mount, which is not good for, I don't think, for the plastic pieces when you're rotating, because it's clamped down. It'll loosen over time. So having this here, just magnet, is how that works. So why is this only showing? I want to see the whole chat box on there. Live chat settings, nope. I don't know. Technology sometimes escapes me. But but for the magnet, it's better than the mouth thing. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but the magnetic mouse thing. Yeah, sorry, Shen. I'm thinking about what you were talking about, and I'm not exactly sure. But Dusty inspired me to like record when I drive down the beach, and I was looking for something like that to hold my phone. All right, rock on, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, bullet point. You know, do me a favor. Take a look at the. You know, I actually think it's on my website, the link for this particular bullet point mount. But they have, of course, different mounts for different vehicles. So here to show you once again, you see, here's the mobile hotspot, but it's mounted there. So that's a bullet point mounting system, right? And I bought the cheap version, or they have a bigger version, which actually goes out this way, a little wider, for more arms. And I was like, I don't need that many arms, but I'm finding that I think I want to get a third arm for the middle, if not maybe even a fourth, because that's an off-roading company as well, and they've got these for your phone, your CB holder, your GoPro mount. And what I want to do though is I want to mount a dash cam, you know, forward-facing dash cam for those, you know, dash cam purposes, right? That's not necessarily live streaming purposes, but, and that was the other idea with having a computer set up here, where I would have the front-facing camera and then me overlaid on top of my drive, so you could see where I'm driving, and me just talking away, and I could switch back and forth between the two. You know, the other one clip. Oh yeah, the clip. Okay. Yeah, and that clip is good. I mean, it's secure. It's a strong clip. It's not going anywhere. See, you know, compared to that this piece of garbage. So lessons learned and everything once again. All right, like this live stream, this drive stream. Would you say, Dusty? I still believe there's some way you could go into your camera in your car if you go to an audio shop. Yeah, but that just means something else I gotta do. And wait, are you talking about having like the taxi car mounts? Yeah, for sure. No, 100% agree. You could do anything. I used to do, what do you call it? The radio installs. You know, I've only done 2 for my vehicles, you know, sound system installs. And yeah, I mean, I could set up a second battery and power system in here that controls specifically an AV audio setup. But it is 8:45. Let me go on inside at this time so I could go and start teaching these young men how to be better indoor skydivers. Maybe I'll get on again to talk about more lessons learned and or something else. But I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me this morning. Lessons learned and everything. It's all about how you interpret that good situation or bad situation. And I say good because, once again, you can, you know, it's after action reporting. You know, what would you do differently? You won, you had a success, but what would you do differently? How can we make this even more efficient? So until next time, YouTube, thank you again for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to say adios now and have a great day. Goodbye, YouTube.